Yeah, that's what they have the man doing, by the way. Ugh. You know what? If I was crazy enough to do something like this, I'd kind of want to make the person who's sort of in charge kind of do like little dances, things like that. But that's just me, and that's only if I'm crazy. But hello, ladies and gentlemen, jumping back here, Jordan Deltine, Ellie, like, welcome back to.
This is the Warden. Will all remaining Arkham staff please surrender to Joker?
Okay, I'm thinking like, why is it smoking? Like, I'm not the only one that's seen this, right? It's smoking, or is that just what do you call it? It's just the chemicals like doing the whole. It's the chemicals just being like pheromone-esque, like it's giving off a scent, right? I guess. I'm just double checking. I'm trying to think. Yeah, oh yeah, there's a hole in the back of the Batcape. I'm guessing that was given through something? I think it was either recently or the other one.
All access to the mainland is denied.
I could have sworn I knocked those guys down or, cut them down.
And place their hands upon their heads.
I feel bad for the guy being forced to talk stupid for the sake of, like, a crazy maniac. But yeah, in the last part, for those of you curious, I had to deal with someone dying. I had to deal with Joker a little bit. Well, not directly, but I dealt with Bane. I dealt with some other smaller stuff, I believe. And then I dealt with Harley, and then I dealt with, what do you call it, Zaz. And then a person died, like I said before. And then the Warden was kidnapped, or he was kidnapped before, but now he's fully shown, and now we're going to try and save him. At least I believe so. So, that's just what's gonna happen. Okay, apparently, and only I can see these. Despite the massive splatter that they leave.
Yeah, Joker sends his girlfriend down and tells us to guard the tunnel. We guard the tunnel. Joker tells us to kill the bat. We kill the bat.
Joker told me to kill my sister once.
Did you do it?
Hell yeah. Never liked her anyway.
Oh.
You're cold, man. Funny thing, he said the same to me. I told him I didn't even have a sister. He just kept telling me to do it. So I got in my car, ran over the first bitch I saw. Joker seems happy.
Ha ha. He's a barrel of that. Kind of a mystery, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong, but he acts all crazy one minute, and then the next he's all plans and jobs. Who knows what goes on in that head?
Not our problem. But if he sends Harley back down here, we'll really be in trouble. Anyone got anything to drink?
He's here! Don't let him hit you, you idiot! Is he okay? You want some of this?
Dang it. I really wish the combos would stay a little bit longer for you, but I understand why that's the case. Okay, it's B and Y. I was like wondering, how do I do that? Okay, so that's how oh, he goes like, and then he just falls over. Okay, good. None of them went for the guns. Okay. I knew the multi-battering would be... Oh, sorry. Would come in handy one day. To be fair, I could have just gone... Whoo, and then I could have just gone... Hua, and hua. And it possibly, maybe would have worked. In all honesty, I don't think it could have thrown the batarangs as fast as that in order to do that. So, you know. Oh yeah, I was going to actually talk about something, like actually talk about Batman, I guess, just to discuss about him. Or at least my personal history with him. I know of Batman directly through the Batman animated series, a couple of his cartoons and games, but I've never read too many of his comics until recently. Like, oh, after a while I decided, hey, let me read the comics. I'm like, oh, okay, they're actually pretty good. Like, a good amount of them are. Some are odd and goofy, but that's depending on the era you look into. So, you know, there's that. The other Batman stuff that I've actually, you know, done very well in terms of actually, you know, watching in terms of knowing the character and the other DC heroes was Batman the Brave and the Bold. For those of you curious, that was an animated series in the late 2000s, early 2010s, I believe, of Batman, where he basically teamed up with a superhero of some kind or some type of sidekick of the week. That series was a bit of an oddball for Batman because he kept on teaming up with a good amount of other people. Not saying it was a bad thing. I like that series. And like, a couple of the superheroes that I know of now were introduced to me through there. So I know a good amount of, like, DC superheroes because of that show. It actually introduced me to a version of Aquaman I really like because it's like, oh, the guy's so corny and cheesy, yet he's so fun to watch. Aquaman, despite everything, and despite Robot Chicken's, like, continuous rubbing of the guy, I've realized, I don't dislike him. I kind of like the character, you know, ironically, but yeah, he has his badass moments, honestly. It's just in other media / stuff that may not be related to him. So, you know, it's dependent on the person, really. It's like, like, if you want to, like, what do you call it? If you want to like Aquaman, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to say, oh, you're wrong for liking him. Because, you know, there is stuff to like about Aquaman when it comes down to it. And, unfortunately, certain people have been... Okay, first of all, that's just stupid. First of all, that shouldn't be a thing. You shouldn't be able to shoot me from there. So, f*** you, sniper.
We're not strapped down. Yeah, wanna check my pulse now, Doc? Not gonna be so weak. It's the back!
Oh, look. And a Zudo drop. Yeah. And knock you out. Mama said knock you out. And punch. Priest punch. Go. You okay? You okay, sir? Oh, he's unconscious. I was like, oh, like, you might as well not bother.
Thank you, Batman. The guard wouldn't have lasted much longer.
Is he okay?
He struck his head when they knocked him to the ground.
Move him away from here as soon as you can. Take him to the medical facility. It's the safest place on the island.
Okay. I'll go with him as soon as he's able to stand.
That may not be the best option, because from what I know of Batman, there's a considerable issue that's going to happen that's going to cause the medical facility to not be so safe. And also, just currently, wasn't there a barrier in front of, like, the doorway to the medical facility? Like, how do you expect them to actually get through that? Because, like, doing it the old-fashioned way, like, doing it your way definitely doesn't seem, like, plausible for them. So, okay, did somebody come by and fix this while I was gone? Okay. Looks like somebody's made Joker's face into this thing for something. Trust me, it's building up. It will lead to something. This will lead to something. It's just I don't want to give it away just yet. Real quick, let me check. Well, you're in a new position. You got anything to say?
I'm afraid I cannot attend your appointment today, but Dr. Quinzel has kindly offered to sit in.
Stupid bat, always bothering Mr. J with your problems. You'll never be as dreamy as him. You're just an ugly, stupid bat in a trap.
And yeah, I knew it. I knew the form would change. But thanks. That's all you have for me, Harley? Okay. It's odd because sometimes I can be annoyed by Harley, but I like her as a character, and it's like a weird balancing act. It's like I really hate her, but at the same time I like her to some degree. It's like it's really confusing for me, at least. Anything else? Okay. Where was I going again? Alright, I need to follow the blood trail. Okay, I think the blood trail was heading this way. Yeah, it was. Quick, okay, so it's heading this way. Oh. Oh, wait, hold up. Hold on, Warden. Give me a minute. And kaboom. Anyway, yeah, so the Batman the Brave and the Bold animated series, it was pretty good, I thought. It certainly had an interesting dynamic where, you know, put Batman in cahoots and partnerships with a lot of DC heroes and characters. And that's kind of odd, at least for me, because I've always known as Batman trying to be a lone figure. Even though he's teamed up with Robin a couple of times, or, you know, he's known for teaming up with Robin, I've always somewhat associated him trying to be like, oh, the lone hero type of thing. It's like, it's like, I mean, like, you always team up with other people. It's like, why are you acting as if you're a lone cop in this whole world, Batman? He's like, besides the Justice League, he's teamed up with, like, literally, like, a good amount of other people, like, you know, what do you call them? Like, his different versions of Robins. He's teamed up with Nightwing, Red Hood, maybe, depending on how you look at it. He's teamed up with some villains here and there. He's teamed up with freaking the commissioner's daughter, character in which he kind of maybe shouldn't have dragged into his thing, but I don't blame him. He's teamed up with Batgirl, basically, and then unfortunately caused some things to happen. And then teamed up with Oracle, technically, which is kind of a spoiler for certain comics. I don't know, depends on how you look at it. After Oracle, and after that, he's teamed up with other versions of, like, Bat kind of people. Like, you know, there was a Batwoman. I think he teamed up with that one. Maybe. I forget directly. But I remember him teaming up with a good amount of other people. And it's like, Batman, I know you, like, you know, you're the type of person who likes to try to work alone, but, you know, you've teamed up with a good amount of other people, you know? Like, multiple different people. It's like, yeah, you think that, to some degree, he'd be like, okay, maybe I'm not a lone wolf, but at the same time, you know, I prefer to be a lone wolf. Maybe that's his thing. Maybe Batman's actually a tsundere, and we never really noticed until now. It's not like as if I wanted to team up with you, Baka. Man. It's like, literally, it feels like that way sometimes. It's like, oh, I didn't mean to team up with you, Baka. Babaka.
Thank the Lord! I thought you'd have found that 1 hours ago.
First of all, I didn't have my Batclaw hours ago, so shut it, Newgate. And second of all, Batman can't seem to just jump up and grab the freaking grates and just, you know, push himself over it. To be fair to Batman, in some cases, it's like, in all the other cases where these grates are hanging off walls, one of them's hanging off a bottomless pit, I believe, so I don't blame Batman for being like, it may not be wise for me to just climb over there, grab onto the grate, pull with my feet like to the wall, and then just immediately climb up like like that. Some of them are a bit further up, so I can understand he can't jump that far, but still, you'd think he'd at least try. But whatever.
Taped patient evaluation 1. Patient name is Victor Zaz. Diagnosed clinically insane after the murder of at least 20 women in the Gotham area. Hello, Victor. I'm Dr. Cassidy. Seeing as this is our first session, let's spend some time getting to know each other.
I don't need to know you, Miss Cassidy. Everything is meaningless.
Don't you think that's a very negative outlook on life, Victor?
You've no doubt read my file.
Yes, I have. It says you come from a wealthy family, that your parents died, and how you lost all the money gambling.
And none of it matters.
Why do you keep saying that, Victor?
Because the only thing that does matter is the mark. Have you seen my work, Miss Cassidy?
If you're referring to the marks on your...
Of course I mean my tally marks. And I have a space for yours. Do you want to see where?
Yeah. I will say, I don't think they actually mention saving the special spot for Batman. Oddly enough, they cannot kind of connect this guy to another villain in this game. Apparently, or did it say with Penguin? Hold on, let me check. Nope, not really. Let me explain. It turns out that Penguin in this game somehow, or maybe directly, I'm pretty sure it's somewhat smartly, apparently, like, immediately just conned Zaz of his money, and that's how he went broke. Like, he gambled his money away, like the message guy gambling place, I guess? I forget. But I think it's a gambling place, at least from what I remember. So, after gambling his money away, he has a little bit of a grudge towards Penguin, but it's not as pronounced as it is here. I'm guessing it's something that they added in later on, I guess. I think. Man, that's really sudden. It's like, wham! So I believe that's where Victor lost his money. But for some reason, I'm not sure whether or not they added that into like the Arkham games later on, or if that's a plot point in this game, because it doesn't mention that. I feel as if it would, but I understand why it may not want to mention that. I don't know, it depends on who you ask. Okay, sorry, I'm just... Like, I do remember one particular part in the game where I was mentioning before where this is going to be a bit of an issue. Not the whole medical center is going to be having an issue, but this place is also going to be having an issue, which, oh god, I'm going to have to deal with later on. You'll see what I mean when we get to it, but first... Is this, Okay, no, I'm just double checking. Okay, yeah, this one's a little bit easier to find. This particular Riddler trophy, it's just a bathroom stall thing. But real quick, I'm strut my stuff.
I'm losing patience. You're cheating. You must be.
Nah, I just have, like, foresight, time travel knowledge. It was like, when I first saw these ones and started to do these things, I had to, like, literally, quite literally, like, yeah, in all honesty, I prefer doing that. Anyway, real quick, to explain myself, I thought I would get the... Oh, what's this? Sonic Batarang. Near... Okay, I'll get that as soon as I can, just because I want to get the upgrade, or just get it in general. But yeah, when I was growing up and playing this game, I had to go off like literally just scanning a good amount of stuff / trying to think about what it was seeing. It said like reflection. What the heck are you talking about? And then I finally entered the bathroom, looked at this, and I was like, is this what it's talking about? And how do you reflect on your success and failures, Batman? And that's like, oh, that makes sense. But it's like, dude, you're offering maps and you're basically giving off like simple, like you're putting trophies in different areas. How exactly do you expect Batman not to get some of this stuff? Some of these things are just basic, like, you know, what do you call it? Acrobatic like puzzles. Although the puzzles in the next game of Arkham of the Arkham series get a little bit too hectic, or a little bit too much. Like, that's the thing. Like, the Riddler trophies, I think, are decently put out and made in this game. It's like, oh, hey, we give you a few amount of puzzles, and we also have trophies. We also give you a good amount of, like, characters, small items that reference other Batman villains without having it being, like, pandering. You know, you could always take, you could always just take it out and being able to make do with what you want. That's basically like the whole point, you know, the Riddler stuff. But later on, they like add a lot of that stuff in Arkham City, and it's like, oh man, it's way too much. I really don't want to get through that. But then later on in Arkham Knight, they decided, let's add in another sort of Riddler trophy things, and it's like, it's really not too worth it anymore. I thought the Riddler's collectional stuff here was done well enough. But here it's just, oh Christ. But yeah, to explain real quick, yeah. This is the criminally insane section of the Arkham Asylum place. Oh, he's unconscious. Maybe I should drag him out of here, you know? Batman? Maybe I should get the guy out of there? I don't know, it feels like as if I should. No? Okay. Yeah, just leave him here. I have no idea why the music's so intense for this particular area right now. Like, at the moment, it doesn't feel like as if it should be this intense at the moment. It's like, maybe we could wait like a few minutes before we decide to do this, like whole intense music. It's like that musical sting happened when nothing happened. It's like, why were you doing that? There's nothing that important that happened there at the moment. It's like you could wait like maybe a few seconds before anything else happens, right? But apparently no, they wanted to point that out, I guess. I don't know. Like, in all honesty, I don't get why they played that at all. It's like, maybe you could wait like a few seconds, but no. Well, there's someone here. I can definitely see that. I forgot. Who? Oh, right.
Stop, Batman, please! You've got to help my babies!
I'm really not interested in a bunch of flowers, Ivy.
They're in pain, crying for help!
Just stay where you are. Last thing I need is you running free.
Poor children. I'll save you. I won't let them hurt you.
Like I question, are you wearing panties, or are you like, is that like literally like grass thong you made yourself? It's like, if you're willing to wear clothes, like the top part of yourself, why is it the rest of you is naked? I don't know, it feels weird. Or like, why is your lower half like not clothes? But yeah, Ivy. Very interesting character. A little bit like upset about it. Well, not upset about it, just like, I've always found her to be an interesting character and always sort of liked her to a degree. Basically, she's a person that turned into a plant because of something. And she's basically hates humanity and only likes plants now. So she's kind of like if Captain Planet became a plant and hated humanity. That's basically what she is. Yeah, I see you, Warden. Man, you really started to cough up blood from here on out, didn't you?
Please, someone, help me!
You need to get me out of this cell. It's me, Cash. I'm needed out there. I can help you. I'm the only person here you can rely on, Batman. Come on, man. Get me out of here.
Yeah, considering you have no skeleton, I don't
I'm
trust
the
you.
only person here you can rely on, Batman.
Yeah, right. Yeah, say hello to Clayface, everyone. This is actually an interesting character in terms of like abilities and how Batman handles him at all. But it basically to just summarize his character or what he's able to do. The guy's able to take the appearance of anyone he can, as long as he's able to like mimic their particular appearance, their fabric of clothing. It's very easy to do. But in all honesty, it's very interesting to see like him like as a creature sort of thing that Batman fights. But here, yeah, he's definitely not who he says he is.
So you figured it out, huh? Good job. Please, keep it to yourself. I've got a reputation to keep up.
Pretty much. And I thought it was going to change. Hold on. Maybe I got to walk away.
Please, someone, help me!
I will. Okay. It's like wondering, what did I get caught on?
Come on, man. Get me out of here.
No, I won't, because you're not who you say you are. At first, I was... when I actually did this the first time, I actually thought, like, oh no, is this gonna release him? But no, actually it didn't, thankfully. So at least there's that.
I'm the only person here you can rely on, Batman.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Now let's hurry up and get to the Warden and deal with whatever it is he wants. Or at least, you know, get a specific thing. Oita.
You have to help me.
Ivy? Gee, you look like crap. Maybe I can sneak you some shampoo.
The plants, can't you hear them? They're crying out to me in agony.
Yeah? Well, I really don't have time for this.
Please let me out. They'll die without me.
I don't know, Red. You're not on Mr. J's party list. Oh, well.
Please.
What the heck? I'll cut your break.
That feels so much better.
She's a good kid.
I could watch those two all day. What a riot! And speaking of riots, in a bit of civil unrest I cooked up just for you.
What are you waiting for? Cut me free!
Yeah, sure.
He's taken control of the security overrides. I have the sequence generator, but without the terminal in my office, it's useless.
Your terminal has been destroyed. Give me the sequencer.
What? Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
It's useless. Half the code won't get you anywhere. We're trapped in here.
And welcome to the weird PlayStation, like, literally like a Vita little device. To me, it feels that way. But it's basically a basic decoder sequence, or, you know, something to break out of certain
There's
things.
always a way out. Always.
Sure. There we go. So this isn't a weapon traditionally. What it really does is that you need to use it. Or to use the thing, Man, this thing has short range. Jesus Christ. But yeah, this is basically what it does. This is what you have to do. You have to use both analog sticks in order to find a particular sequence, and you have to hold the analog sticks in those directions. Moving them in different directions causes the sequence to go like green, black.
Lock this gate when I leave.
Good idea. Can't have someone of my stature falling back into their hands now, can we?
Yeah, sure. Just hide under there and go crazy. Concerning later on, yeah, it makes sense. Hey, look!
Get me out of here! You rescued the wrong Warden. He's an imposter. You know how many freaks are in this place.
Yeah, and you're one of them.
You can't leave me locked up in here. Batman, it's me, the Warden. You know me. You can't leave me locked up in here.
Do not approach. It may be impersonating other personnel.
Batman, it's me, the Warden. You know me.
Yeah, right. What the? Well, that was quick. And that's a bit of a mindfuck. Well, that's enough of a mindfuck for now. I need to go get my lunch thing I've been cooking. So I'll be right back.